Hello everybody, it's your boy BrotherhoodHD here today. In today's video, if you see the thumbnail, that's the video of the topic today. Will the Ashika Island Resurgence Map bring back the player base? And to be honest, I don't really see this being a very big dub for Activision and Infinity Ward. Mostly because of the fact, at this point, I think it really does not matter of how they try to bring back the player base. It really doesn't matter anymore because at this point, the player base has already left. The player base has already moved on and playing other different games. That's why I have Battlefield 1 here in the background while I'm talking about this. And look, I see that Activision is trying to revamp, trying to bring back what made Warzone so great back then when it first came out. And sure, Warzone 1.0 wasn't the most perfect thing in the world, and to be honest, it blew up. It became a very popular trend in the Battle Royale scene, and that's a good thing, especially when it comes to a business side of things. But at the same time, it feels like Activision, Infinity Ward, and some of the other dev studios I feel like they're just completely out of touch with their community, and they're just trying to throw stuff at the wall and see if it will stick. And I could see why they're trying. I can see why they delayed it all the way back to, I think it was February 15th for the new season. And I can understand why they're probably working on this map for maybe about a month to a month and a half, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing they're bringing back content, and they're trying to like, recreate some content here and there. But at the same time, the castle is pretty much just the centerpiece of the island, and it's just recycled content. It really is. It's just the recycled content. They just threw the castle map and made its own Resurgency / Warzone playable area, whatever you want to call it, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I've already said this, like they're just throwing stuff at the wall at this point to try to save Warzone at this point. But at this point, it's Warzone 2.0 at this point. It just feels like there's no incentive to play, even though they're gonna fix some things here and fix some things there. And the thing is, though, will there be replayability for the map? Will there be replayability for this island map is the thing, because I could probably see this maybe lasting for maybe about 2 to 3.5 months, maybe longer. But eventually, the people who go and play this map, they're just going to get bored of just playing it eventually. They're just going to get bored of playing it because eventually the player base is going to figure out the best metas. The player base is going to figure out the best looting spots and everything. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing that they're trying to bring back the player base, because the player base has been dead for a good while now, ever since Modern Warfare 2 launched. And I could see them trying to to scavenge some players that they can get their hands. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, in my opinion, it doesn't matter what they do on trying to bring the player base back, because at this point, the player base has already given up. The player base has already moved on and started playing different types of games in the same genre, or maybe playing a whole different genre altogether. And nobody really wants to just sit down and play Warzone 2.0 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, even though the Steam charts are showing that, the player base is quote unquote dying, but that's only a small portion of the Call of Duty community. We're not, accounting for the console players on Xbox and PlayStation. We're not accounting for those players in that pie, in other words. But just to a certain point, it just feels like they're trying too hard. They're trying too hard to bring back a player base that doesn't even want to try playing Warzone anymore. and I know there's still some big YouTube content creators out there that are still making Warzone content, but at the same time, it's like how far can you get creative with the Warzone content? How far can you actually go before they just start repeating old challenges and they start recycling stuff here and there? And I'm just gonna pull this from like Fortnite, for instance. I forget, I think it was Lachlan, he had a challenge back in Fortnite where it says like trying to win a victory royale with whatever inside that one particular chest. And he basically recycled that whole content, I think like 3 or 4 or 5 different occasions. But that's a whole different thing. But at the same time, Call of Duty just doesn't click anymore in certain aspects. Call of Duty doesn't even feel fun as much like it used to be. It feels more of like a sweat fest in a way. And I've even went back to go play Modern Warfare 3 on the Xbox Series S. Yeah, I want to go back and play Modern Warfare 3 on the Xbox Series S. I'm surprised I'm still able to find lobbies in that game. But it's like it's like very odd hours of the night. Like you got to be on like at a certain time at a random time of day just to even find a player base during the weekend. But yeah, it's like there's just some point where Activision just has to cut the cord. And I hate to say this, let Warzone bleed out. Let it die out. I know it's a thing that made them money. I know it's a thing that made Call of Duty so successful. But at the same time, with the big success of Warzone, which I'm not complaining because at the end of the day, Activision is a business and they're trying to find a way to increase their profits. But at the same time, the 6v6 experience has finally bled out to a certain degree to where you can't even revive it. You can't even, like, grab the defibrillators and freaking revive it clear. Like, you can't even do that anymore. It's like I'm done. There's a reason why I haven't been uploading. There's a reason why. That's one reason I haven't been uploading. The other reason I have a full-time job, but still. But to a certain degree, I just feel like this island map, it's a good point in the right direction. It really is like a good stepping stone, but at the same time, I'm going to repeat myself, how long is this map going to last? How long is it going to survive? Is it going to last 3 months, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 6 months, maybe a year? That's the thing. We don't know how long this map is going to last. It depends on how dedicated the player base is in playing this Resurgence map. It depends on the player base. It depends on what they want to do with the map and how they want to play on it. At the end of the day, it will always fall back on the community as a whole, whether or not that this Resurgence map will revise Warzone or just drench it in more player counts further and further until this game is so dead. It's so dead to a certain point, and I'm surprised that they've been working on this Resurgence map, focusing on Warzone, which I know that's their dough, that's their moneymaker, that's what they're doing to make their profit. But at the same time, it took you about a whole month. It took them a whole month just to work on this map, maybe longer. I don't know how long they work on this map for, but still, it's been like in the leaks or whatever for a while now, for about a month or two. And they've been working on this map. But sometimes, at the end of the day, if this map does good, this Resurgence map does good, it could probably revive the Warzone community just a bit. It might be able to bring back some of the Warzone community. It might be able to bring back some of the Call of Duty player base. But at this time, only time can tell if Call of Duty has what it takes to revive Modern Warfare 2 back from a near-death experience. Only time can tell if this game is even worth saving, this game is even worth salvaging. And to be honest with y'all, it's been your boy Brotherhood Gaming HD, everybody, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.